while studying with CP Tech. Number one, we are running the specialized courses and programs. We'll talk more about it later. Our key major strength is in experiential learning for all our graduates and participants. We are embellishing fully bilingual learning and opportunities for every participant. One of the key major advantages of our program is the multi-level certification, including flexibility in academic affairs, and more than anything, like we have been witnessing in some countries, uninterrupted academic calendar. Because what we think we have done good together, especially as being seen by the last pandemic era, which is still ravaging, you should be able to move easily between on-campus and online and hybrid without any interrupted to what you are going to do, which means whenever anything happens, like the restriction we have seen, border closure, pandemic restriction, lockdown, you can be able to do your academic affair without interrupting and affecting your time, and also too your planning as well too for your career goals. And like we also too said earlier, you can always check our internet. Our accreditation status is there, 2003 to date, that the school is fully accredited and all our programs are accredited as well too. Now, what is the really plan of CP Tech? Our academic development plans of 10 years, starting from this particular year, is actually built into what we call the 5 pillars. The 5 pillars, number one, started with basic skills. We are going to develop, we are going to put so much attention and so much investment in this particular developmental area. Secondly, we are going to be doing so much, like we said earlier, to be able to change the thinking with new thinking in the post-normal that we have for the industrial skills needed to be able to actually transform better. The key other pillar we are going to be looking at is to be able to drive the industry pillar. We know one of the challenges facing the sub-region and even the continent today is how to fund its activity, from infrastructure even to the recurrent. We are going to be talking more, developing people for this area. And also too, a very key important part of the pillar that is actually going to define all other pillars is about safety and security, which is another key important area in the system. We'll be talking about them as we keep on going. Then finally, in the next 4 years, we've already started a major activity to run some specialized school according to the demand of the sub-region as well. So after carrying out research, especially within West African region, we discovered that there is need for us to create an international basic school, colleges, that actually will be able to meet the needs of the people within the sub-region. We have Francophone and Anglophone. We have seen people, especially like Nigerians, that lives in Togo or lives in the Ivory Coast, have to send their children as little as 7, 8 years old to go and school in Ghana or Nigeria, which means they never have the benefit of being able to give them the needed skills, the needed knowledge, moral that they need because of the distances. So we've decided that in every nation in West Africa, we are going to build in a developmental project which is going to focus more than anything on building schools, international schools across border, and also vocational schools at that particular level, which is why we set up what we call the CP Tech College. CP Tech College is actually going to focus on certain areas. One of the key major objectives is to take the next level of manpower. And what are we talking about at that level? We want to introduce back into the system a STEM project, which is actually lacking among all our primary school and secondary school graduates. We are looking at national school, like we said, the grade school, from the primary school, pre-primary school, secondary school, in the languages of people, which means for the French-speaking people that are living in an Anglophone countries, will be able to set up an international school with full STEM, STEM curriculum that can start training them ahead of time. Secondly, as well too, is we are already looking at one of the key important investment as a foundation to start looking at the vocational and skill acquisition. because we discover one of the few challenges in Africa today, and especially in the West Africa, is the inavailability of the skill for vocation, areas that can actually are not really supposed to be academic or paper in nature. People that are doing repairs, artisans that are not properly trained. We find that all these things is actually affecting the economic of the sub-region. These are areas we want to focus upon. We have already started partnering or discussion with various state governments and also to countries on how we can set up skill acquisition that is going to be productive for them to be able to actually run their trade. And in addition to that, for how we can also certificate them with the qualification and progression to be able to graduate either with a bachelor, a master degree in future. Another key important area that we try to do in our basic first pillar is to set up what they call a foundation certificate and diploma courses for a college. What we are doing at this point is that there are many people that have not been able to make up a lot of their ordinary level results, and they will have wished to actually proceed and actually advance their career further by actually going to the university. We are trying to create a forum for them to be able to continue while they are working on their papers. And more importantly, at this particular point, we are looking also too at, more than anything, people that are matured but they don't really have the requisite qualification they can, but they've been working for a while and they feel like achieving this their qualification. So we are creating a foundation diploma and certificate for them to assist them in this area. In addition to that too, we started on our home to start running an international diploma programs. One of those things that we have is the diploma in our law and paralegal services, based on the request of the system, because today we discover, among other things, that so many vices, many things are wrong in the system that can be handled by highly trained paralegal people. I mean, a lot of violence, domestic violence is going on, gender violence is going on, a lot of things are happening that needed just people to do counseling, which is no more in the system. So these are areas that we are developing diploma for, to be able to help people, and in other areas as we deem fit, as we keep on going. This is our first pillar in which CP Tech University is actually focusing upon, developing basic skills to be able to help from pre-primary till college. It is one of our core areas, because we discover that the industry itself is actually having challenges on its own, not in the fact that they are not existing, but to be able to get the right people. After studying the industry for more than 2 decades, we discovered that the curriculum needs to actually be shifted to actually attend to certain areas. So our pillar 2 is looking at 4 key important areas of the economy, industry, as we are going to be looking at them. And let me just quickly break it down one by one. The first one in business. We discovered that before now, a lot of industries within the business are having challenges in recruiting the right staff, and that is actually affecting a lot of them in a very wonderful way. Number one, people goes to school. I mean, a lot of our schools are still offering business administration, management, and these are key important areas, but the environment has evolved. Now we have things like agribusiness management we are including now. What does that mean is that we are looking at transforming the business administration certificate into agribusiness, or what they call developmental specialized areas, which means it's not a particular everybody knows all anymore. You need to be able to specialize into which area of the system is required. Today, agribusiness is looking for managers that can actually manage their activities very well. But we have people that have studied business administration, but they don't understand agribusiness. So today, we are training managers for agribusiness, for healthcare industry, specifically for human resources, marketing, and other areas of business. This is what we are actually trying to tailor or put our curriculum to address, whereby we can start looking at the specialized areas and train people for that area, because that is the future we are going on, not the omnibus anymore. Our second pillar under our pillar 2 is looking at transportation. Just like we make mention in business too, we are having areas like aviation, maritime, logistics, hospitality, tourism, even production planning. These areas are looking for managers that can actually manage these areas very well. Not really they just, okay, I mean, today we have people that says, okay, our curriculum, I study business administration, I can be your manager, I have MBA, but things have actually evolved because the management that an aviation industry needed, you needed to strategically actually train in that area. An aviator, maybe a pilot, might not be able to manage, just like you cannot, most of the doctors cannot manage a clinic properly. You needed managers that understand the economics of what they do, economics of maritime, I mean, finances of maritime, marketing of maritime. All these things is what we try to do with our curriculum. And in this particular area today, the industry is looking for those with these skills. Despite high unemployment, people are still asking for strategic managers that can handle aviation, so that they can sit down with them and say, oh, this is the economics of our, we can understand your economics, we know how we can handle your finances, we can handle your HR for you, we understand what is going on in various areas, your marketing, sales. This is what CP Tech is doing in this area. I mean, we remember we are looking at some years ago at the 1899, like what they call it, the railway and the navigation plan of how they were able to structure how Africa is supposed to be able to connect both in terms of aviation, railway, and the sea. But today, most of those things are not really there anymore. This we are talking about over 120 years ago. And today as well too, even while they even try to do it, we still were able to get the integrated we needed. This is just for transport. These are the key things we are focusing on under this pillar 2. Under pillar 2 as well too, we look at digital engineering and technology. What we have discovered as an institution is that a lot of the institutions within the sub-region have not embodied the developmental area in IT with the disruption in information technology area they are doing. And so our school is not only focusing on just having computer science as a course, we are going deeply into those key important areas: data science, data engineering, artificial intelligence, robotics. We are talking about how you can actually take a hold and use data, big data, to great extent. I mean, we have been trying to talk to people about embodying engineering management as a course also too, whereby you can be able to transform not only from the operational alone, but to be a strategic thinker. So we are looking at these particular areas that is actually a 25 trillion growth, yearly growth abroad, and we can actually use this and not to just do lip services or do a parochial. They want to actually see how we can extend this throughout Africa. These are one of the key major things. Our final pillar 2 here is communication. But that a lot of our sub-region have not been taking advantage of the huge opportunity in communication, of the opportunity the disruption in technology has brought to communication in terms of journalism that has transcended where we are today. I mean, today we can see, things like TikTok and everything. People are developing videos out for what they are, or using existing app to be able to communicate, and they are getting jobs and are employing people. Digital media has not been able to embody, either in broadcasting, in filming, in entertainment and other areas, advertising. All these are the key areas that we believe can actually drive the GDP of the sub-region. But the only thing we needed is we need the right people with the productive skills to be able to tap in. And this is what CP Tech as an institution is trying to do with all our curriculum, which is why we would like you to take your time to see our admission officer and see how you can key into the future of Africa with us. Now, we'll leave a bit our pillar 2 and go to pillar 3. We discover, among other things, I remember 20 years ago, we had a research report, and we says that there will be so much opportunity in Africa, resources, infrastructure, but what is going to define us will be the finance. I remember we are doing something early in the year that the United States, with about 370 million people, has over 8 million people that are working in their finance industry. And today, throughout the whole of West Africa, we cannot get 50,000 people that are working in our investment industry. So you can see how we are not able to fund Africa. We are not able to fund our region or fund our countries because we've not been able to develop people with actually the developmental finance ability skills to be able to drive finance into Africa, to be able to manage it, and to be able to give investors return for their money. It has taken a lot of things. Today, we see people that develop video like fintech has been talked about. People will have to go and get software from nations like India and say, oh, they have, but all these things can be done in Nigeria. We are talking about developmental area in finance, in investment, alternative investment market, even our risk management. All this area is what CPTech has built as a curriculum, a model to be able to support the development and transformation of Africa, West Africa especially, in achieving that 2030 SDG target, which we believe is possible. And we'd like you to join us as well too, and take your time to sit down with us and look at the wonderful curriculum we have built that will transform even from the day one that you start your application and a journey with our school. Our pillar 4 is one of the key major important area as well too, because we can see all across the sub-region, Africa, security and safety has become a major target. And it's so alarming that we have not been able, in the last 34 years, from the research we have done, no country in the sub-region has been able to develop a model, an institution that will be able to prepare the region for the security challenges. While we see what has been happening after the Second World War, and also what has been happening in the explosion in the population. So what we have done as an institution is to be able to develop a robust curriculum with a lot of, apart from special learning, practical training, partnering with over 16 leading security companies abroad to be able to look at things like cybersecurity that we've been playing a lip service on, area like law enforcement and policing, giving the right training to be able to appreciate the police force, bring the right people in the police system, and also to police the people properly, either as a community policing, private policing at all levels. Also too, our criminal justice and correctional facility, in terms of how do we actually handle the criminal, how do we do our correctional facility, our prison services, how do we bring investment, private investment, to make, to create humanity within the system of criminal justice system. Also too, more than anything, preparation for disaster and emergency management. These are the key things that we have developed as a course. All these key areas, these are the areas that people, organizations, even abroad, they are seeking for people with these skills. And even our own system too, we are looking at areas like crimes, forensic, intelligence. It is not only by watching films alone. It are things that we can develop and we can use to help and position ourselves, even individual, position for the future. This is a wonderful and the key important area of attention that we are doing as a pillar 4, which is part of those things that the school is doing currently for now. And to now go to our final pillar, which is our future aspiration as well too. Currently for now, we don't run any medical course apart from healthcare management that we do. And also too, we don't run any law courses in terms of the bachelor or master in law for now, because currently we are building an institution for that, which is going to last for the next 3 years. We are building our own healthcare system in 5 countries in West Africa. This is our plan to be able to build a major health system, medical system, and a robust international law schools. And what we will be doing is that from the summer of 2024, we believe we'll be able to launch all this, to be able to meet the aspiration. Recently, 15 nations were able to gather and they run an advert that they require health and medical personnel, 16,000 of them, and they cannot get up to 754. And what the report is actually, so these are areas that we believe, even for to be able to cater for the local sub-regional health challenges and to be able to export as well too, we can focus on this and be able to get enough foreign investment direct one into the country. Law school as well too, we know there have been so many things to be done here, but we still believe we still need an international law school that cut across the sub-region of West Africa today, so that we can actually be able to tidy beyond just the system, the legal, criminal justice system, but also too the commercial system that is lacking in various areas, and they making also foreign investors to be a bit weary. These are some of the key major pillars, the 5 pillars that we have, and we believe as time goes on, we are going to be discussing more of this with you. I'm going to round up at this particular level for now. I'll be going to take some breather and probably get some of your questions, if you have anyone, for us to look at before we go into the next order agenda by exposing you or bringing you into the courses that we have and some of the key major information about our strategic positioning of CEPTEC. So while we are still doing that, I want to start considering for yourself and those who are around you the need to start enrollment with CEPTEC. So thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we'll be able to get your feedback on this either now or later. Thank you very much.